Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I got us a free mower to work on, so let's get right into it. Alright, so here she is. I'll give you guys a walk around of it first, and we'll clean it off with these products and tools. It's pretty dirty. It's a Murray. It's from 2008, as you can see right there. Yeah, I don't know what else dirt is, but it's pretty nasty. So just look at that. It's like an 1/8 of an inch thick, and it's all over it. So anyway, let's get the time lapse going and we'll pressure wash this thing. So now that we have the lawnmower all clean, I think we should check under the cover here to make sure, excuse me, that there's no mouse nest. Because if there's a mouse nest, the nest can like hold up the governor spring and like make the motor kind of rev to full speed, which you don't want. So let's take off. There's 3/8 bolts holding this on. So let's do that right now. Get up the socket. 3/8. There we go. Now I'll use my impact today just because it's a bit quicker and it's kind of fun. So there's one. Here's two. And 3 is over here at the back. Oh, by the way, these are like the best lawnmower engines ever. Like, these are so bulletproof. And okay, there's a bit of a mouse nest in there. Let's clean that out. Let me just get my vacuum. And while you have this cover off, it's also a good time to lubricate the recoil. So we're gonna do that as well. All right, so to lubricate the recoil, we're gonna have to spray it in here. But first, I'm gonna wipe this out a little bit with a towel to make it kind of clean. There we go. Now I'm just gonna use this lubricant today. You can use whatever you want. Just spray it in the center here, where the bolt is, and get down here where the spring is. And this should make it a lot better. Then you can just try it out. Kind of work the lubricant in the recoil. And you're gonna want to spray where the white things pop out as well, so in here. Both sides too. There. Now we're gonna reinstall it. Actually, no, we're not. First, we're also gonna lubricate the brake mechanism, which is right here. So just spray in here. There we go. Now we can reinstall the recoil. Yeah, it's not going on. Okay. There. I might take a minute to get the bolts lined up. So, okay, so now that we have the pull start back on, now let's check the air filter out. And we might have to clean it. Because judging by the way this thing looked before I cleaned it, well, before we cleaned it, it was pretty nasty. So let's see. This guy, and it's just a slotted screw on top. So just loosen it. And these are foam, so you can clean it in a bucket of like hot water with soap. Ooh, that's nasty. Yeah, I might need a rag to hold this. Jeez. Oh yeah, it's filled with oil. Oh my, okay. Yeah, let's clean this out. Then we just get a bucket with soapy water and see if we can get all the oil out of this thing. That's pretty bad. So, yeah. Okay guys, so to clean the air filter, since I don't think water and soap will get rid of the grease, I put a little bit of gas in this container. And when you do this, make sure that you wear safety glasses, because I'm going to basically brush the parts with some fuel. So, be careful when you do this, of course. You might want to wear gloves like I'm doing, because it might sting your hands. But just be careful, so, and you'll be good. Alright, you're going to hold the part with the glove and just basically brush this like that. And yep, all the dirt's coming off already. Man, this is pretty nasty. Then you can let the parts dry in the sun when you're done. So the gas will just evaporate away. Now I'm going to separate the air filter from the housing. And we're going to clean the housing first, then we're going to do the air filter after. Look how dirty the gas has already gotten from that. Just the top cover. So basically going to scrub this until pretty much all the dirt comes off. So and that's already a lot better. Make sure you do this outside because the fuel can like produce a pretty nasty fume. So alright, this cover's pretty good now. Now we're going to do the air filter part, which I'm pretty interested to see how that it'll turn out. I'm probably just going to squeeze it in the fuel first. Kind of draw it. Yeah, there we go. It's pretty nasty. Might need a new one, actually. I don't know. I mean, it's better. Check that out. It doesn't look like it, but it's better. Okay, now this is pretty much done, so I'm gonna let it dry in the sun, and then we're gonna put it back in the case, and then we're gonna see if it'll run. And we'll also change the oil and spark plug. Make sure you dispose of the fuel properly. In my case, the town dump takes it, so I just pour it in this bigger container and then take it there when it gets full. So it's, yeah. Alright, so now that the air filter's nice and dry, we can put it back in its little, I guess, housing thing. Like that. Put the lid on it. And we can put it back on the motor. And tighten up our flathead screw. Alright, now let's check the oil. Okay, so as you guys probably saw in the thumbnail, the oil is pretty bad. So I just want to show you before we run it. Because I want to kind of run it first and then change it, because the oil will be hot and it'll flow better. So here it is. Check that out. That is pretty bad. Oh, focus, come on. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty bad. So we'll get it running first and then we'll change it. So now let's check out the spark plug to see how that looks. Alright, so I took the plug boot off, and now we're going to loosen the spark plug, which is already loose. And we're going to see, it's kind of rusty, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. Oh, that's pretty dirty too. Look at that. Wow. And the gap's all messed up. Maybe it'll focus if I put my hand here. Yeah, so the gap's all messed up. See how closed it is? I'll show you guys a new spark plug, and I'll show you guys how the gap looks on that one versus this one in a minute. So let me go grab a new one. Okay, so here is the good used one. I know it's rusted, but it doesn't matter. Still works. That's what the gap looks like on that one. And then this is what the gap looks like on the other one. Maybe it'll focus. I don't know. Wait. Yeah, so you can see it's closed and it's all carboned up versus the good used one is open and it's not carboned up. So let's install this one. Even though it's rusty, it doesn't matter because it's still a good spark plug and it works. I might clean it up later with the wire wheel, but not right now. Right now we're just focusing, we're just gonna focus on getting the engine running. There we go. Now let's install this. Let's put some gas in the tank and see if it starts. Alright, it's all gassed up, and I bet you it starts in the first pull. I'm going to prime it 3 times, just like it says, and I'll put the throttle on low, just to make sure it doesn't, like, rev up or something. So, the throttle's on low, we're going to prime it 3 times. Watch, I bet you it starts. Alright, so it runs, but it smokes a lot, so let's change that oil out, and then we'll see if it really runs better with the oil change. Alright, so I got my drain pan here, and we might as well remove the blade while we're doing this to sharpen it, so let's take that off. Just tip the lawnmower up like that. And you kind of want to be a little bit quick, so Got my 9/16 socket here. Got my impact. I think it's a 9/16. I don't know. Yep. There we go. So I'm gonna go sharpen this, and we're gonna drain the oil from the oil plug right there. So we got our little breaker bar thing here. Plug it in. Loosen the oil drain. Take it out. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Pretty dirty. Now we're gonna tilt this onto the drain pan. And I have a bucket of, and I have a lot of rags around. Oh. Yep, the oil's draining into the container. So I'll show you guys really quick. Maybe you can see, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go sharpen the blade, and I'll turn you guys back on when I'm ready to put the new oil in the engine. Alright, so to sharpen the blade, I use an angle grinder with a flap disc, and make sure that you wear your hearing protection and eye protection when you do this. I drained out. Now we can go ahead and reinstall our drain plug in the bottom of the motor. And make sure to wipe the little magnet off so that next time you change the oil, you can see if there's any metal on the end of the drain plug. And go nice and slow because you don't want to cross thread the holes. Then you're going to really be in trouble and have to get a new motor or something. And don't over tighten it, so be careful. I'm going to say that's good. Now let's put our blade back on. As you guys just saw, I sharpened it. So it's good and sharp. Get the adapter, little plate thing. This just goes on here. Make sure you put it the correct way. Not like I'm doing. There. Yes, you want the fins facing up. Like that. And also, when I sharpen the blades, I don't take enough metal off to worry about having to balance them. So. That's nice and tight. Now we can put our new oil in the motor. Alright, so I have our new oil here. I poured it in a water bottle because it helps me see how much oil I'm putting in the motor. And these engines take about 20 ounces of 10W30 or SAE 30, whatever you have. Or else it works good. Dipstick's still a bit dirty, but that's fine. Pour our funnel in. We're gonna pour our nice new oil in. It's an expensive in this year too. Jeez. Yummy. This is a far cry from what it looked like in like 5 minutes ago. So let me just grab a rag and we can wipe up the excess that kind of spilled on the edge of the funnel. So wipe that there. Yeah, look at the funnel. It's like dirty from the oil. That's kind of funny. Jeez. Alright, wipe this dipstick out. We're going to thread it in to check it, like it says. Should be right on the money. Yep, it is. Sweet. Now let's go mow with it. Let's see if we can clear out the engine. Get rid of all the smoke and stuff. Let me just wipe this up a little bit more, make it look nice. Alright, let's go mow with it. Let's see how this thing runs with the oil change. Alright, so after mowing about 1 lap, it's already cleared up. So now I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse and I'm gonna mow my whole lawn here.